Alright YouTube, so yes, finally got a new haircut. I really love it. So today I'll be seeing The Bad Guys Part 2, or Bad Guys 2, whichever it's called, I don't know, but super excited to see this movie because I saw the first one, which was re-released in theaters. I didn't see it when it came out, obviously by that statement. I saw it when it was re-released, and I really love the movie. It kind of reminded me a little bit of sort of Marvel's Thunderbolts and DC Suicide Squad, not the 2016 one. That movie was dog shit, but rather the sort of concept behind the Suicide Squad characters, and it sort of reminded me of this. And really excited to see this movie because I've seen from the trailers there's sort of the other bad guy or bad girl, they call them, bad girls characters that look pretty interesting and cool, and I'm excited to see how the group of bad guys fares up against them because they want to have redemption and be the good guys, which kind of gives me sort of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Thunderbolts, Suicide Squad kind of vibes of sort of these interesting characters that are sort of, you know, seemingly one-dimensional and flat, but can have a lot of really cool emotion, and you know, just sort of that kind of trope of, like, you know, making, but good trope of making characters that, you know, people don't notice being super cool, which I really love. So I think this movie will be super fun, funny, and just overall a great time, and ultimately that's what I want out of the movies, and I think the animation is going to be cool too. So I'll give you guys a spoiler-free review once I turn around and see this movie, so I'm super excited, and stay tuned for the review. Alright YouTube, so I just saw The Bad Guys 2. I'll say I absolutely loved it. Everything about the first one that made the first one great was applied to this one. Dare to say it might have been even better. I really like the new characters, especially the bad girl style characters such as the Leopard, the Hawk, the Falcon I think, and the Piggy. They're both really cool villains and a lot of interesting plot twists. Like I said, it will be a spoiler-free review, but I will say the movie definitely ended on an interesting note, and I could see like where the direction was going with how it ended. It wasn't how I expected it to end, but I will say it definitely sets itself up well for a third installment movie, which wouldn't feel forced, because I was thinking when I first saw this that this would kind of be a two duology style movie, and you know, we wouldn't get a third one, or at least not a third solo one, but I think we still could. Maybe I think they should take a little longer than 2 years, since there was a 2-year gap between first and second one. Maybe like 3 or 4 years, or however many. Honestly, even if they do 2 years, 1 year, I don't even care. I don't mind. I'll happily see it because I love this movie. It was everything I expected to be. Very entertaining, very funny, and at times it even reminded me of Sonic 3, which some of the spaceship scenes and some of the just, you know, niche kind of style scenes with like the spies and the heists kind of reminded me of certain scenes in Sonic 3, especially when Sonic referenced Tom Cruise Mission Impossible, which was a dope reference. And overall, I'm talking too much about Sonic, so I'll get back to the bag. The voice acting was definitely super cool, and I love this animation style. I don't have too much else to say other than this movie is just, like, you know, such a fun movie for all ages, because the theater I went to, I saw a lot of families with kids there. There weren't a ton of people in the theater because technically it's officially released tomorrow. This was sort of an early-ish movie showing, so you know, I definitely think if you have any young friends or family or whatever, that take them to see this movie or see it yourself, because it's a load of fun and going in circles now. So I'll conclude by stay tuned for more Jones Beach movie reviews and vlogs. Until then, stay tuned for more soon. Like I just said, I'm repeating myself too much. Goodbye.